Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my VCT America's Kickoff playoff pick'ems. Going to be going through all three games, picking who I think is going to win, who I think is going to make Madrid, and end up winning those 3 championship points in that grand final. Now, I'm not going to be really talking about anything that happened in the group stage outside of these 4 teams, or even play-ins for that matter. I'm going to save that for more after Madrid and just like when I get to watching every team. Now, I've watched all the games for Americas. I haven't for EMEA and Pacific yet, but I will be getting to those games and China, honestly. I'm not going to be making videos on China though, just because I didn't start the year doing it. I might do it in the middle of the year, but like when it gets to like the regular season splits, when I'm making videos weekly for each region, it's going to be kind of tough to get it to do it for 4 regions, because I'm going to be doing a power rankings video for each region, a Pickems video for each region, and that's 6 videos a week. And if it went to 8, that's kind of a lot. And also, like, I don't know how that would fit in terms of a schedule. But regardless, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Really helps me out. Go follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be tweeting out my updated player rankings soon, so make sure to follow me for that. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So first up here, we have EG versus Loud. EG, obviously getting that first round bye because of their performance at Champions last year as an organization. I don't know how else you're supposed to give a bye. I don't think people would be complaining about it if EG had kept their team. But it's not like you're going to give it to... There was no core 3 from Evil Geniuses that went anywhere. So it's not like you can really give any other team a bye other than maybe Loud. But realistically, I think that was the best option. They do win that one game against G2. I thought they looked fairly good in that game, bringing out some new, like Deadlock, Jogamo looking really good in that game. Derek looking like he's back. Like, he looked so much better than he did on 100 Thieves last year in that one game. I thought Nature looked pretty good as an individual. I think his calling wasn't fully there yet, but it was really good. Superman, I thought was good. I don't think he was incredible by any means, but I thought he was really good. Like, I think the stats are a little disingenuous to how well he played, but he was very good. And I thought Apoth looked a lot better than expected. He got a lot of nice lurk timings and everything like that. And I think this team looked a lot better than expected, honestly. Loud, on the other hand, probably, I think they looked around how I expected. Just bringing out these crazy comps, though. Like, nobody expected them to bring out this Phoenix Breach KO stuff. Other than maybe the teams that they were scrimming, but obviously, like, I meant general public, but I don't know. I think there's something to be said about Sadok's ability to continue building rosters after losing some of their most valuable pieces. He replaced Sasi and Pancada in one offseason. He replaced Ospas the next. If he loses somebody else next offseason, I think he'll replace them as well. I think Sadok is the best IGL of all time. I think he's the best IGL in the game right now. I really don't think it's that close, honestly. And yeah, I have so much faith in him as an IGL. Now, before we get into my pick for this game, I want to take a trip. I want to give all of you a history lesson, if it will let me. Hold on, sorry. There we go. I was pressing that. So we're gonna go back to last year, when Loud at Champions in the playoffs, they were playing really well. They beat Fnatic. They barely lost that Paper X. They beat EDG. They beat Fnatic again. Then they lose to EG, and it probably should have been a bigger loss, honestly. EG has been the one team to beat this team on Ascent, like, multiple times, I believe. I don't think anybody else has done that. They beat them on Ascent here. I think they beat them on Ascent 3 times, I believe. But, like, if you go back to, let's see, this game, EG probably should have won this game, realistically. They were up, what, 10-9? Kind of threw it away at the end. Should have been a 2-0, obviously the 13-0 on Pearl, whatever. Then you have the playoff game where EG beat them on Ascent. This wasn't EG heater like on their fracture heater like they were at Tokyo. So you could even argue that they probably should have won this game as well, um, had they been on their fracture form. Um, and then at Tokyo they win, and then at Champs they win as well. So Potter has done an excellent job anti-stratting against Loud, like many times last year, and I think that there is a real chance that Evil Geniuses wins this game and makes it to Madrid. Now, that being said, do I think that's the most likely scenario? Probably not. I think there's a higher chance that Loud just comes out and just completely diffs them across the board, and that's fair. I just think there is a good enough chance for Evil Geniuses to win this game that picking them isn't insane, and that's why I'm going to do it here. Just because if they win, then I look like a genius more so than I actually think that this is the most likely scenario. But yeah, I'm going to pick them over Loud. This really doesn't have anything to do with me being down on Loud at all. I think it's just me being more up on Potter in general. And I thought EG looked good across the board as well as a team. I think they'll have the duelist diff. I think the rest of the team is just better from Loud though. And I would rather Loud go as somebody who's going to root for Americas no matter what. But yeah, I think there's just a good chance EG wins this game just because of anti-stratting. Then on to game 2 here, where we have NRG versus Sentinels. Honestly, this is going to be considered the closer game between the two by the majority of people. But to me, I really don't see a world where Sentinels wins this game outside of maybe like you got that Zekken and Tens duo going crazy. Maybe they play Ascent and Saucy drops like 25 with the Odin on defense. Like, all of their paths to winning include them going crazy to me, which I don't see. We haven't seen all of their individuals hit at the same time, I don't think, personally. Like we've seen games where like Zelsis and Saucy are hitting. We've seen games where Zekken and Tens are hitting. We've seen games where like Tens and Zelsis are hitting. Like it's always like 2, maybe 3 at a time. And I just don't think that's going to be enough to get over NRG. I think Demon 1, Ethan are playing really well. So are Crashies and Marv. I think Marv played a lot better in their second game than he did in the first one. He didn't really have to do much against Furia, to be fair. But the one guy that I think has been consistently amazing the whole tournament has been Victor for NRG. And historically, for that Optic core and for NRG really last year, which I don't really agree with, but that was more the narrative going around with the team, that Victor was their worst player, maybe outside of Artists, but whatever, like one of their worst players. And I just don't agree. I think he last year, when he was playing the Duelist, when he was playing the Killjoy, was one of the better flex players in the world. And I just think he's one of the better Sentinel players here in Americas right now. And I think he's going to prove that in this game. He's going to kind of take over, really. And then I think they're going to get more, I don't want to say like continuity. I think that might be the wrong word, but like they're going to gel more, and like as they play more games together, they're going to start revealing more stuff, which I don't think they've been doing. I think they're really hiding their bind, which they've been banning. I think there's a good chance they ban the bind here because they don't want to play Sentinels on bind. I refuse to believe that this team doesn't want to play bind when they have Victor for Raze, Demon 1 for Brim. You can put Marv on Viper or Harbor. You can put Ethan or Crashies on Gecko and the other one on Sky. Like, the roles make sense. It's not like the roles are bad for this map, and it has been this team's best map forever. So they're hiding a whole map. They're probably hiding some comps, honestly. It felt like they just weren't really trying in that second half of Breeze when they realized that they were just going to shit on Furia anyway. And overall, I I don't see a world where Energy doesn't make Madrid. Even against Sentinels, who I think is the third best team here behind Energy and Loud. Honestly, think these are the second and third best teams. I think Loud is the best team. I just think EG is a bad matchup for them. And yeah, I don't know. I think this is just the most likely scenario with this game. I don't see a Sentinels upset personally. And then I don't think I'm gonna have to talk about it too much, but Energy wins in the grand final, gets the 3 championship points, number 1 seed out of Americas. They finally win an NA trophy or a regional trophy for that matter. And yeah, all it took was cutting FNS. What do you know? All jokes aside though, these are my pick'ems for VCT Americas playoffs. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know this is going to be not a popular take. I just think it's possible. That's all I'm going to say about it. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, even if you disagree. And go follow me on Twitter, all that stuff I said in the beginning. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.